When I was little, most of my family would travel for the holidays, and we would all meet up at one person's house. That usually ended up being my Grandma Karen's almost mansion in Laguna Niguel, California. There was always things for everyone to do, and the kitchen was always bustling. Every meal at Grandma's house was a home-cooked meal, and my personal favorite recipe was her peach dumplings. She finally passed them down to my father and I a few years back. Today I'm going to inform you all on the three-step process of making these delicious peach dumplings. I will discuss how to make the dough, how to wrap and cook the peaches, and how to make and add the final topping. First, let's talk about how to make the dough. In order to make the dough for these dumplings, there will be a few things you need in order to do so. 2 cups of flour, a half teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, 1 egg, a half cup of milk, and a mixing bowl. Once you've gathered your materials, you will need to combine them in your bowl and mix them until your ingredients form a dough ball. Next, you should sprinkle some flour onto a large enough surface to roll out your dough, and this should be cut into 4 pieces that will wrap around all of your peaches. In order to cook your peaches, you will need to bring a large pot of water to a boil, enough to fit and float all 4 of your peaches. Next, place your peaches in the middle of each dough piece. Fold the dough all the way around your peach and make sure that you pinch the openings so there's no holes, or they won't cook properly. Add your wrapped peaches to the boiling pot of water and allow them to cook for 8 to 12 minutes. Don't pull them out until the dough is fully cooked or they're going to taste kind of slimy. Be sure to keep an eye on them as well while you're doing this and stir them every now and then. While your peaches are cooking, you have enough time to make your sugary crumble topping. You can do this step before or after you boil your peaches, but I like to do this right around this stage of cooking. In order to make this topping, you will need a box of vanilla wafers. Yes, the entire box. A half cup of sugar, a half cup of brown sugar, and a food processor. One time over the holidays, my dad and I made peach dumplings, and when we made our sugar crumble, we added some cinnamon for that holiday spice. Needless to say, they kind of tasted like French toast, but they weren't the best peach dumplings I've ever made. Anyways, you're going to blend all of your ingredients in the food processor until they are a fine crumbly mixture to sprinkle over your peaches. You can add them to a bowl and set them on the kitchen table so that your family members can take crumbs as they please. I tend to eat more than my family. This cookie mix works best if you drizzle some melted butter over your peaches first after you cut them. That way everything sticks better. Once you sprinkle your topping, enjoy your peaches and have a wonderful dessert. I have now explained to you the entire 3-step process needed for the creation of my grandma's famous peach dumplings. When I was little, the family would always have to keep them away from me because if I would ever sit next to the tray, I'd probably end up eating almost all of them and not sharing with anybody. But now that I'm older, nothing's really changed other than the fact that I can make them myself, and being able to cook my favorite treat is so awesome. I described how to make the dough. I did, however, forget to mention that using your hands is my preferred method because it's easier to get the right thickness, although it's a little bit messier. I went over this simple and short cooking process. Don't forget to check for holes before you boil your peaches. And finally, I went over how to make the deliciously sweet cookie crumble topping, which is honestly the best part if you ask me. And don't be afraid to add your own holiday spice to whatever occasion you decide to make some sweet treats like these. I hope you enjoyed my presentation on how to make these wonderful peach dumplings. I hope my grandma doesn't get too upset that I told y'all. Be sure not to tell everybody about it. Thank you so much for watching my speech. Have a great day.